What if I told you that some people knew exactly when and how they were going to die, and they were 100% right? These are not just random urban legends or myths. We're talking about real-life people, some famous, some ordinary, who somehow predicted their deaths with eerie accuracy. A writer who foresaw his death with a comet, a singer who sang her final goodbye, a passenger who warned about a disaster before it happened. Were these just coincidences, or is there something much darker at play? Mark Twain's chilling prediction. Mark Twain, one of the greatest writers in American history, had a unique connection with something celestial, Halley's Comet. He was born in the year 1835, the same year Halley's Comet passed by Earth. But what's really creepy is what he said later in life. I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year and I expect to go out with it. At first, people laughed it off. After all, predicting your own death sounds absurd, right? But here's where things take a turn for the eerie. In 1910, Halley's Comet returned, just like Twain had said. And exactly one day after the comet became visible, Mark Twain died of a heart attack. Was this just a coincidence? Or did Twain have some strange insight into his fate? Some believe it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, that by believing in his own prediction, Twain's subconscious somehow made it come true. But others argue, how could he have known the exact year? Could it be possible that he had an unexplainable connection with the universe? The singer who sang about her death. And then died Jenny Rivera, a beloved Mexican singer, was known for her powerful voice and fearless attitude. But behind the scenes, she had a terrifying premonition. She once confided in her family about a disturbing dream. In it, she saw herself dying in a plane crash. At first, she tried to brush it off as just a bad dream, but the feeling wouldn't go away. Then came December 8, 2012. That night, she stood before thousands of fans, giving an unforgettable performance. Before leaving the stage, she took a selfie video, smiling and saying, "I love you all." No one knew this would be her last words to her fans. A few hours later, as she boarded her private jet, she sent out one final tweet, "God, I am ready." Then tragedy struck. Her jet crashed into the mountains of northern Mexico, killing everyone on board. Did Jenny Rivera know something was going to happen? Some believe she had a subconscious feeling, a gut instinct that something wasn't right. Others think it was divine intervention, a message from the universe that her time was up. Either way, her eerie premonition left millions wondering, can we really sense our own deaths? The Titanic passenger who warned everyone. Imagine writing a book about a disaster, and then witnessing that same disaster happen in real life. Sounds like something out of a horror movie, right? But that's exactly what happened in 1898, when an author named Morgan Robertson wrote a novel called Futility. The story, a luxury ship named Titan, believed to be unsinkable, hits an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sinks. Sound familiar? Now here's where things get spine-chilling. 14 years later, in 1912, the Titanic set sail. And just like in the book, it hit an iceberg and sank. Was this an eerie coincidence? Or something more? But that's not all. One of the real passengers on the Titanic, William Stead, had spent years warning people about the dangers of shipwrecks. He had even written a short story eerily similar to the Titanic disaster. And yet, despite his warnings, he boarded the doomed ship and never made it out. Did he have a deep subconscious knowledge of what was coming? Or was it simply a tragic accident? David Bowie's death album. David Bowie wasn't just a musician, he was a visionary. But was he also able to predict his own death? In 2016, just 2 days before his passing, he released his final album, Black Star. The lyrics were haunting. "Look up here, I'm in heaven." In the music video for Lazarus, Bowie appears in a hospital bed, frail and weak. His movements are slow, almost ghostly. It's as if he's saying goodbye. Did he know his time was up? Many fans believe Black Star was Bowie's farewell gift to the world, a final message, carefully crafted. Some even argue that the entire album was a cryptic prediction of his passing. Was this just artistic expression? Or did Bowie have an intuitive sense of his own fate? The YouTuber who predicted his own disappearance. Lars Mittank was just an ordinary guy on vacation in Bulgaria. But what happened to him is one of the most mysterious disappearances in modern history. During his trip, he started acting strangely. He called his mother, terrified, whispering, "They are coming for me. I can't talk, I have to leave." A few hours later, airport security cameras caught something chilling. Lars was seen sprinting out of the airport, running full speed into a dense forest. And then, he was never seen again. His last words to his mother were haunting. If something happens to me, don't look for me. To this day, no one knows what happened to Lars Mittank. Some believe he was suffering from paranoia. Others think he was being followed by someone or something. But one thing is certain, he had a feeling something was about to happen. And he was right. The Final Destination car crash. In 2014, a woman named Elizabeth Gibb was driving with her friends when she suddenly felt uneasy. "Something doesn't feel right," she said. "We should stop." Her friends brushed it off, telling her she was just being paranoid. But seconds later, the unthinkable happened. A truck lost control and crashed into their car. Elizabeth was the only one who didn't survive. How did she sense the danger before it happened? Some say it was just luck. Others believe she had a premonition, a brief, unexplained glimpse into the future. So, were these just eerie coincidences? Or is fate something we can truly predict? What do you think? Can people really sense their own deaths? Or is it all just in our heads? Don't forget to subscribe for more dark mysteries, because the truth is often stranger than fiction. Stay curious and stay safe.